Welcome back to Metroid Fusion. To the left is the navigation room, and our computer told us to only go to that navigation room as quickly as we could. If we do that, it triggers endgame. And we don't want that, for reasons I will probably explain next video. Today, we are here in Sector 1. We've effectively completed the game. We've collected every major power-up, however there are some minor power-ups that we're still missing. Today is our Collectathon. The screw attack was the last barrier that we needed in order to be able to fully traverse the game map. And we are missing, 4 or 5 items right here in SRX, so let's go get that noise. So right here, in a save room, of all places, you can see a crack in the far wall. And this is not actually the first time we've seen this. I think there's another place in the game where we were forced to use the crack in the side of a save room wall. But at the time, ooh, it even goes away with shooting. At the time, I was absolutely not thinking of this. Or thinking there would even be something in a save room. Right up here is a missile tank we're missing. So here, this is where we fought the charge beam boss. So there is, well, before we get this one, right here in the room next to it, some of these are destroyable. And if you go down here, speed booster blocks. So how do you get a speed boost in here? Well, you just need space to do it. And that looks like just about enough space. And there you go. This is not the easiest thing to do, shockingly. The enemy down there throws you off, because if you come in, stop, and then take the time to try to, shoot it to get rid of it, you're gonna have a rough time. If you take the time to do that and then jump down here, you're probably gonna lose your shine spark. The best thing I've found is as long as you have screw attack, duck, and then just spin off the edge, and you have plenty of time. Oh, but that's not the hardest shine spark we're going to be doing here. The next one, I want to say, is probably one of the hardest ones to do? I swear there's a harder one, but I think the next one gave me some trouble. And that is the item in the room up top here, which is behind speed boost blocks. So we have to come back here and do this once again. There we go. So twice over the course of this one, you have to rely on the fact that if you shine spark sideways into a hill, you start running again. And you can use that to reset where your shine spark is going to be and where you can actually do the jump. Which the mechanic of that was added into Fusion allowed for some very creative items. I think this one is probably one of the more creative in that regard. Because you get up here, I don't have no idea how you would even figure out an item is up there. But if you find the speed booster blocks in the ceiling there, you'd have to stop and go, how in the world do you build up a shine spark for this? Because if you go outside here, you don't build up a shine spark that fast. You gotta build it up down here. And you have to build it up with enough space to be able to then jump up here and shine spark again through this door, hitting the ramp in that room. And like, okay, that means you have to duck like here, which you can't do. The longest way you can shine spark, or the longest speed boost you can get, is starting from the left, and you don't start that one until like over here, which isn't enough time. So you have to shine spark in here, duck here, and then shine spark or speed boost in here, duck in here, and then shine spark sideways into this little ramp. So you then run back this way, and you can duck here where you want to duck. So that's 2 items in this area. So back here, back in Torian, I should have got this when I had the chance, first time around, but I mentioned finding a secret path that still didn't lead anywhere, that had me then, from there, figure out how to fight a gold pirate, and that is actually right here. I don't think I had the power bomb. I think you could just do that. Because this is the secret. You come down here and there's a gray door, and you look over here and there's a dude in there, and you don't know why, so you kill him. Because that's how you interact with the Lord. And then you miss your shot. Really? 2? You may immediately say, it's kind of weird that he's in there, though. So, like, honestly, when I saw this, my first thought was, I'm gonna let him reform. Because I know there's been some oddities. And yep, he reforms into a gold pirate. And once you kill the gold pirate, the door opens. And that is almost every item in SRX now. So back here, back at the start, our job here is not quite done. Because you may remember this room that I said was heckin' suspicious. And that's because there are screw attack blocks in the ceiling. And an item. And that should be the final item that we need in SRX. So, I mentioned if we go into that navigation room, then that will lock us into endgame, and we don't want that. So how are we supposed to get around and explore the whole map? Well... never mind. We saw one of these before. Kind of a nod that they exist in the game, because that one was very easy to find. So maybe you would have gotten to this point and went, oh, maybe more of those exist in other places. And they sure do. Almost all of them, and by almost I mean exactly all of them, are locked behind screw attack, though. These are strictly for endgame exploration. But that brings us over here into Sector 2. And we're missing quite a few items here, but the first of which is actually right across the hall. Just up here behind the blue door, another room that you came in and you went, man, this place sure is suspicious. And there's some misses. I forget what this block was. Well, it went away when I powerbombed, so at minimum it was a powerbomb. Ah! Right before you fought the plasma boss, you can slide in here for a recharge room, which actually would have been really helpful because I was down there shooting enemies for it. High jump boss. We saw the blocks up here, we saw that you needed screw attack, so here we are. And we immediately see there's an item on the same screen as it. Oh, never mind, it's up there. And there's also an item down here, which, spoilers, is actually right here in the wall. I remember that much. Speed booster. Well, they give us a stretch for it right here. I gotta remember how to horizontal shine spark in the air. I did it. And then getting the one up top is a long sequence. Of not doing that. There's your power bomb. I dare say this is a more complicated Shine Spark than the one to get the Charge Beam energy tank. But I feel like that, or more complicated in execution than that one, but I feel like that one was more complicated to figure out. Like, this is all laid out for you in one room. Here, just do this. That one actually had you going between the rooms and puzzling out, how in the world am I even going to do this? Ah, the water room here in Tro. So we hopped across and we grabbed... I forget what was up there. And we kept coming down here, going, man, there's nothing we can do because it's underwater. Ever since we had Gravity Suit, we could have come in here. So I knew this area was kind of suspicious, but I don't think I had the capacity to figure out why at the time. And there's our why. I think we could have gotten this immediately. There's even this here to raise you up so you could make the jump over. And this here to get in. Back in the security room, up at the very top, and I don't know who would have thought of putting something up here. But those are screw attack blocks, so this is a post-game only item. I actually find I collected a shocking number of items. There's a choice few that I missed, but a lot of the items left to get are only post-game or endgame items. Alright, it's this place. So every one of these is a crumble block. All crumble blocks. Which makes this... Oh, these are crumble blocks too. They didn't trigger, but they are. Which means this is a space jump maze. And this is where you can take advantage of the fact that you can space jump really quickly after space jumping. Like, you can... Dang it! Yes! Alright, let's see if I can... No. Oh, what the heck? Why didn't it let me do my quick jump? You just gotta build to the quick jump. You can't just do it. There we go. Space jump puzzle. One thing I noticed, and I suppose this is preference, but one thing I noticed is that Fusion added a number of effectively puzzle rooms. A room where you go in, and it's something like this, that's very clearly a very specific puzzle. Even an execution puzzle. You have to figure out how to space jump through this, or the one where you have to figure out how to speed boost back and forth in order to get it. And that's not something that Super did. I feel like, honestly, I feel like what Super did fit Super very well, which was trying to build an alien world for you to move around and experience. And in turn, it felt like most of the items were placed in at least somewhat natural locations or ways. It didn't feel like any of the rooms were arbitrarily designed for gameplay purposes. But given how artificial all of Fusion is, it is entirely a space station after all. And there is much more of an emphasis on execution and you being able to execute the mechanics well, more so than creating an alien atmosphere. I feel like this actually fits better in Fusion, and it gives you more specific challenges to do with the mechanics that they laid out for you. Oh, right out here, by the way. Because that was the last item we needed here in Tro. Just down here is our path to 4. I don't know why it goes straight to 4 instead of 3. I forget how they're laid out in the elevator room. But that then brings us here to 4. There's a handful of items we're missing here. So hey, right up here, this one gray square. This thing's in the way. Have to have screw attack to get this one. So this is an endgame only item. And it also lets you come over here and peek at what's going on over there. Just in case you forgot, just in case you missed that one from the bottom. So here. So we went... Die. So we went up top here. This is very easy. And I'm shocked I missed it. Because, look, you just got up here, there's just this little bit of rock up in the corner. That's gotta be something, right? So here... This is another one that I could have gotten the first time I was here. And though I feel like would be difficult to find, would be at least easy enough to happen across accidentally if you're just kind of slowly making your way around. And that's if you just so happen to climb to the top of this ladder, and maybe you will if you want to jump up to that ledge just above you instead of directly into the water tank, you'll likely do this by accident. And there's nothing else to the room but a missile tank. So we once again return here to a path we've already seen. There it is. To go to 6. Why was there a computer hidden behind the wall? Anyway, Area 6. What all did we miss here? Well, we'll find out. So as it turns out, we missed quite a few items in here. And the first is right here. I don't know what would possess you to investigate this wall, but it's speed booster blocks. These blocks here are screw attack blocks, and I believe you have to destroy these screw attack blocks in order to build up enough speed to be able to make this shine spark. So I'll go ahead and chalk this one up for endgame only. Alright, this room. Okay, this room took me forever to figure out. Because these here are speed booster blocks. Really? Is there not another bomb over here? No, I guess that's it. Okay. So these are speed booster blocks. What you need to do is build a bridge here so you can speed boost across without raising any of these pillars. That's the tricky part. So do your best to remember where these pillars are, because you're going to have to be laying a bunch of bombs down, not really knowing where exactly to lay the bombs, but whatever you do, don't lay them too close to where these pillars are. So let's just take a quick look here. So we're going left, we're going right, we're going left, we're going middle. So where do you lay it? Somewhere in the middle. So going left, going right. Okay, I got that one. Where is it? There we go. Left, right. This one is left again. I have that one. You gotta get, like, dangerously close to this pillar. Or maybe it's, like, over here. Yep, there it goes. And then this one is middle, but it's offset just a little bit to the left. There we go. You have no idea how long this one took me to figure out. I was like, how do you even make these things come up? And it's just like some arbitrary blocks in the middle that you can't tell where are, that make them extend sideways. The vertical pillars are obvious enough, but figuring out where you're supposed to bomb is another story. Okay, and then you just do that and you get yourself an energy tank. Oh my goodness, you have to do it twice to get out. So here, we saw these screw attack blocks to start, but we couldn't do anything about them. So this is another endgame only item. So screw attack blocks down there, and this one takes me probably 10,000 years to get. First try! I don't know how to do that one other than roll off, try your best to unmorph, and grab the ledge. But whether or not you unmorph on time or jump off a block or something to get up there is... I don't know. I got it first try this time. It took me like 10,000 tries last time I did it. And these screw attack blocks down here are very important, because I mentioned before that going down here is a point of no return. I even debated whether or not it's possible to get another item later on. It is because of this. And we're just going to do the exact same thing that I did last time. And then heck up royally. I love this decision. So how you're supposed to do this is note the crumble blocks on either side. As long as you don't shine spark straight up, if you run in and just like jump with your shine spark through that, you can space jump up, grab the thing, go through the crumble block, come back down, and not be locked into post game. But yeah, that's a navigation room up there, so or not be locked into post game, into end game. So this is a real questionable decision. As long as I'm thinking about it in here, these are screw attack blocks here, so you can get back this way too. So lastly is right here, where I guess you could happen upon that by accident, especially when you're screw attacking around in effectively endgame. What are we missing here, though? Speed boost blocks. Well, this was a reasonably flat... Well, back here it was. A reasonably flat area. And those are screw attack blocks, so once again, I'm willing to believe this is now post-game only. Oh no, that didn't work. I had to walk into... Nope, never mind, it worked. So what kind of fresh adventure do we have here? A lot of speed boost blocks, a lot of crumble blocks. Same deal all across. Ooh, this column actually goes down all the way. That's probably easier than anything I would have tried. So these are all speed boost blocks over here. Those are destroyable. And speed boost up top. Hard to tell if it's right there or not. You can see they put a little ramp here, so they give you then space to build up a speed boost down here. It was there. I'm not sure what I would have done. I know I did not get it that way last time. I may have, did I spin? No. Oh, you know what I did? So the item is one block too low to get it from the door. I built up a speed boost up here. And then just kind of dropped down and shine sparked in the air sideways here. Which, I mean, that works. Okay, so those are destructible blocks, but they gave bomb blocks because... Oh, no, you can shoot those. Okay, so the screw attack can break shootable blocks, but not bombable blocks. Got it. Okay. Okay, so how do you get to that? Well, you gotta shine spark through the roof of this. How do you do that? Really? It's all speed boost blocks? Thought I had the first half of that. Thanks for not ducking. There we go. And that is both items here, and that is all of the items for this area. So how do we get out of here, you may ask? Well, that is right here. There's something. Yep, a bunch of screw attack blocks right there. And off to Sector 5. Which puts us, a bunch of screw attack blocks, into this room. I kind of remember this room. Right down here. Okay, so big old breakable room. So up here at the very top in here, I mentioned that this room looked suspicious. There was an item in here. I may have even bombed that wall and found some speed booster blocks. And I was like, gee, how do you get a speed boost up here? Well, after Nightmare did a number on this place, it's much easier to. Easy peasy. So way down here... Oh, you can just go up here? I could have sworn you'd have to, like, speed boost or shine spark or something. But there's an item I could have had earlier. Could I have? Yeah, I can just jump up. Jump up and then, ice the duders. Hey, remember here? Right over here. I could have sworn I got this one. Not sure what you need to get up here. Space jump by the looks of it. Give. Alright, so in here... there is something up top. I guess you can only get to it from the other side of those blocks. So let's boost over there. Oh, I think it's directly between these two, isn't it? Oh, butts. There we go. And that's almost it for Sector 5. So the passageway down in the lower right leads to an area we've already been to. Sector 4, I believe? But that up there looks suspicious. And there is... that's not all. There it is. Yeah, if I keep spinning, then y'all can't turn into gold pirates or whatever stupid crap it is you're gonna do. Ah, butts. I wonder why this gate's gold and that one's silver. Anyway, our job here is done, and that takes us on a route to 3. Oh, there's an item there. I mean, there's only so many places it could be. I'm in space! So I think I'm actually missing most items here in Sector 3, at least more than I thought I would. And a lot of them are pretty well hidden. There's one right around here somewhere, which I'm not sure if there was any indication for. It's just shootable though. I think it's more fair to I think it's more fair to hide things better when it's just a shootable block. Because you could just be running around shooting anything. If there's enemies in a room, you may hit it by accident. I got a speed boost to get out of here. Really? Y'all are gonna be that way? Just let me leave. Oh, you know, I could have sworn I got this one too. I can't pause while power bomb. Could have sworn I got this one too. I remember stumbling across it my first run through. Just because I was trying to find a way out. So back in here, I also mapped out the squares I missed before. There is actually an item hidden down here. No idea how you'd figure this one out. But it opens up to a sizable room. Filled to the brim with hidden passages. Are there any destructible blocks? No, it's all hidden passages. How was it? I think I stumbled across it completely by accident the first time. Okay, yeah, you just have to take the roundabout path. There now. So I say I miss most items in here, but I actually only missed those couple 2 or 3. The rest are almost all hidden behind endgame. Now, with only a bomb, you can at least make your way over this far. Easy enough to make your way through. I don't think that requires any post-game items. Space jump makes this infinitely easier to come up here and get this. I believe those two items were accessible from non-post game. But I think what I just destroyed there was screw attack blocks. Now, I don't remember why, but I remember that you have to speed boost into here. One. I saw two. I'm gonna go back down. And two. So an amount of that was all post-game only. I think these are also screw attack blocks. Yep. Yeah, so all of that was hard post-game only. Now, what was not post-game only was actually over here. Give me that. Was actually over here, and it was the items, or it was the item that bothered me for so long. I should have stayed on that. You can get an energy tank. And that's not all, you can actually keep going. Get a bomb. So technically those weren't post-game only, but if you didn't get them that first round, you can't get back here until post-game. Because the other way in, aside from the screw attack blocks down below, is right here. There are some screw attack blocks up above that you can hop in to get in here. That guy just kind of jammed himself up there. Now, you also saw the speed booster blocks. Those, I believe, connect over here, and you could shine spark straight over and get in there from here. One item remaining, and we actually saw it pretty obviously over here, was this whole ceiling goes away. Even when you just shoot it, it goes away. Speed boost? Really? Did we have speed boost the first time we came here? I don't think we did. Which would make this item post-game only. Nope, gotta do a diagonal shine spark. From where? I'm not sure. God dang it. I want diagonal down to count as down. Good enough for me. And that also opens up behind some screw attack blocks. A path back to Sector 1. And that brings us right back in here. So that's everything in all of the sectors. I believe. The only place we haven't double-checked is the main deck. And we do actually have a way to get back to the main deck. I think I collected everything there, though. But for that, we're going to have to head back to Sector 2. Oh, which I think we get to Sector 2 just right up here. This is neat. We get to see what the reactor looks like when it's not overrun with plants and actually functioning. Now, you do have to be very careful when you're coming back to the main deck, because you'll note that there are 2 navigation rooms here, and if you step in 3 technically, but if you enter either of those 2 navigation rooms, it will trigger endgame, and then you're out of luck. And to the best of my ability, it looks like we collected everything here. And if we did, then that means we are, in fact, at 100% items. But it does bother me very slightly that I hadn't mapped this. So you can go back, and technically all of the items that are up here you do have access to. You may have to do some dancing to get around the navigation rooms, but you can make your way back and collect all of the items that are here. They did a fairly good job of making sure that none of the items were ever locked out. You do have access to all of the items, but you do have to dance around the navigation rooms, as I said, which is something I'm bothered perhaps a little more by. I wonder what happens if you go to your ship. Does going to your ship also trigger something? Like, you're right there. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna make my way back to a save point below the bounds, and until next time, everyone, when we go through the end of Metroid Fusion. Wait, I forgot a missile expansion. It's down here in Sector 6. Ah. Got it! Okay, so your maximum at the end of the game, you can even go over here to see, is 2099 energy, 250 missiles, 74 P-bombs. And that's how you know you got everything. 74 is a weird number, but it's correct. Don't worry about it.